Good morning. I'm Will Schofield, Superintendent of the Hall County Schools. Just giving a September 17th update to our team members, to our students, to our family, and to our community. We'll also send these bullet points out for individuals who are tired of watching me. I don't blame you one bit. First and foremost, opening continues to be extremely positive, and I just want to thank our students, our team members, and our community for following our mitigation requirements as we strive to remain in school during this pandemic. Second of all, I want to make it clear, based on the significant number of emails I get that just have some very legitimate questions. Why is Hall County requiring fill in the blank and maybe a neighboring community is not? Let me remind you that we are by far the largest school district in the state that has the type of community spread that Hall County has had since the beginning of this pandemic, that has in-person schooling as an option for our families. I'm not saying that's the right decision. I'm not saying that's the best decision. That's the decision that we came up with as your Board of Education, representing Hall County, saying that we wanted our students back in place, and we believed if we followed 200% accountability, we could do that. So once again, when people say, well, Forsyth County doesn't require this or doesn't require that, let me remind you that Forsyth County, for the most part, has had somewhere between 15 and 25% of the community spread that Hall County has had. I would expect their practices to be different than ours. We are going to continue to do what is correct and right for the Hall County family, which includes our students, our team members, their families, and the overall community. Second, we'd like to remind you that unfortunately we still continue to turn back individuals at schools that are showing fevers when we check their temperatures. I understand there might be some very legitimate reasons for that. But again, let me be clear, if you show up at a Hall County school and you're running a fever, you will not be allowed to come to school. So if families believe that that is happening because the heater is on in the car or because individuals have too many clothes on with coats and sweaters, I would just ask you to take care of all of that before you show up in a car rider line or at one of our schools, because again, we will continue to turn folks back in as kind a way as we possibly can if you're running a fever when you show up at a Hall County school. Also, we continue to have some instances where people who are not feeling well come to school, or where people are awaiting the results of a COVID test, or someone in their immediate family that they have contact with is awaiting a test. Please, 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 when in doubt, please do not come to school if you're not feeling well, if you're running a fever, if someone, you or someone that is close to you that you've had close contact with is awaiting a test because they're symptomatic. Just call your school, ask for some further recommendations, and we'll walk through these uncharted waters with you. But when in doubt, please don't come to your school. Just call your local school and we'll help you walk through those situations. I would like to tell you that after speaking with our contact tracing team leaders, I do that almost every day, and I follow up at schools where there's more than one case. I continue to be, whether you call it encouraged or discouraged, but convinced that the vast majority of our cases are coming from outside of school. And let me just continue to encourage our folks to when you're in public spaces and you cannot socially distance, to wear face coverings, to do those things that are being recommended by the CDC, because again, we are finding that a lot of our cases are coming from students who do things together outside of school or have someone in their lives that has COVID. And they just are close to them without having, again, the mitigation strategies in place. We do have some teams that we have fellow members on the teams that appear to be getting it from each other. However, once again, as we trace these cases, a lot of times we find they're riding to school together, they're going out after games or practices together and sharing a meal. And we certainly encourage those social opportunities, but again, please keep mitigation strategies in place. Last of all, I want to tell you that we are focusing not only on keeping people physically safe, but also looking after socio-emotional needs of our students and team members, and also we haven't forgotten that we are here to teach. It's reading, writing, it's arithmetic, it's getting people ready for the workplace and for post-secondary education. And I just want to thank you again for giving us that opportunity to care for the most valuable asset in our resource, and that's the next generation, our boys and girls. So we are striving to be the most caring place on earth. We are very encouraged by what's happening on a daily basis, and we'll be back with another update in the next week or so. Thank you, and have a great day.